Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. tasty, tasty.
Hey folks, and welcome to the stream. It's really, really cold in the office here today, and I do have Workshop Doggo with me as well. She's actually asleep on the couch just behind, so I don't want to disturb her. In fact, I wonder if I can, let me see if I can spin the camera around to where she is. She's deaf these days, bless her.
Tasty,
so this,
tasty.
I feel like showing Workshop Doggo if I can is more important than going through who got first and stuff yet. Let's see if I can spin the camera around so you guys can see.
Tasty, tasty.
Let's see if we can see her on the couch. I'm hoping the camera spins far enough. Can we see? Can we see? Okay, that should. I might have to just change the light.
Tasty, tasty.
Oh look, you can just see her little cute head just there. Hold on. There you go. You can see her. She's hard and fast asleep. Bless her. She's. I don't know if you can hear the snoring, but she is snoring a little bit. Bless her. Right. Okay. Let's try and get the image back to where it needs to be. Hold on. Right. Right. We're just gonna wait for the camera to pan back around now. Anyway, I felt like that was more important than talking about anything keyboard related to start off the stream with. So yeah, that's what happened first. Right, let's see if we can get the camera back to where it should be. Somewhere around there, I think. It's a little bit dark. Let's just try and brighten it up a little bit. There we go. That's probably about right. Cool, great. Okay, so I just wanted to share that she is here. She's hard and fast asleep, but she's really cute. She's not been well recently, bless her. So, and my wife's away, so my wife would normally look after the dog at home whilst I stream at the workshop on a Sunday evening. But I wanted to make sure she was okay. Right, Captain Reed, you did come first today. Congratulations again on coming first, as you always do. We've also got True Blaze here as well, and Mo Chief. Storesness is here as well. Sean Wen says, Jay, the race is about to start, my friend. I know the Formula One is about to start. I do have the race on record at home, so I will be watching it when I get back. So I'm hoping it's not too late of a stream and I can watch it in like 2 hours time. That was kind of like the fun. JQ, thank you so much for 45 months of subs. He says, I was confused at seeing ads. Well, the subs will answer that question for you. And I'm aware my camera's slightly askew. I need to move it slightly over. So if it looks like I'm not looking at you guys, I am. Just the camera's not where it usually is because I've got the whole new monitor mount set up at the back and I need to adjust where its position is. Frankie, good evening. Good sir. Telvin as well. Thank you so much for 28 months of subs, my dear. I really appreciate that. Captain Reed is here as well. Superhand says, good evening. All, hope everyone has had a most cromulent Sunday. Yeah, it's been nice, been pretty chill. I dropped my wife off at the airport this morning. I had loads of tea and coffee this morning for breakfast. I haven't eaten anything since because I was just so full after I ate 4 slices of toast, which is huge for me. So yeah. Godzilla Waddle and Anarchy here as well. Mango Keeps, thank you so much for the raid as well. Sorry I didn't see that before. 22 people. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that. Shout out to Mango Keeps. I hope you were doing something fun on stream today and it went really well. Storesness, thank you so much for being here as well for 54 months on a 54-month streak. Thank you for that sub, dude. It says leading the race. I'm going to assume that Mr. Verstappen is leading the race, but I don't want any spoilers until I watch the race. So I will watch it after the stream at some point in like the next few hours, like overnight tonight. So yeah. KCE, hey man, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Bazooka as well, thank you so much for 11 months of subs, dude. And Captain Reed, thank you so much for 21 months of subs. Says good evening, Jay and Workshop Doggo. I will pass on pats to Workshop Doggo. BK, hey, thanks for being here. And Alvi as well, 21-month streak, says evening all. Big kisses to Workshop Doggo. Dude, I will pass those on later on when I pop her in the car to get her home tonight. Bless Blackbrook with the heart, cute doggo. Yeah, she's hard and fast asleep. I'm hoping she'll stay there because I don't like to disturb her too much. She's really old now. We got her as a rescue, and we got her in 2017, which is like 8 years ago. It's almost 9 years since we got her, and they think she was about 3 at the time. So she's kind of like, and terriers of her type tend to live to about 12, so she's in the last stages of her life, so I try not to disturb her too much and just take her for walks whenever she wants to go. But yeah, hopefully she'll stay asleep, and then I can take her for a little walk on the way to the car, and then I can drive home, and then she'll be good for the night. Then that's kind of the plan. Jehovah in bed, good evening, good sir. We're actually building Jehovah's board today, which is exciting. We're going to be building a Void65 in a little bit with Gateron orange switches, and then he wants it in ISO layout with split left shift, 7U space bar, and full caps lock, I think, from memory. I have it written down somewhere. I'll check that before we build it. Frankie1001, hey Jay, will you have an extra TGR Jane rubber hose for sale? Yes, we will have some extra rubber hose Janes. We'll also have some rubber Hakus as well. The rubber Hakus should be available at Keyboards and Coffee this week if anyone wants to come along and secure a unit in person. If there's any left over, I'll sell them online next week. I think that's how we're going to handle it. So if anyone wants to come along to Keyboards and Coffee this Thursday, then and buy a Haku, I mean, unless like, you know, a load of people turn up wanting them, and then it'll be first come first served in person. I think that's the only way you're going to guarantee yourself one, is to turn up and get one, and then we'll see what's left over to sell online afterwards. I haven't figured out pricing yet, but I will. And yeah, if you want to pick one up in person, Keyboards and Coffee is the way to do it. Plus, you get to see me and Mel and Workshop Doggo and have a coffee and all that kind of stuff, which would be cool. The Janes are we still haven't received those yet. I don't think they're even at our warehouse in China just yet, but as soon as they are, we'll get them shipped over. We just need to see how that's going to be. But I don't think we're too far away. Captain Redlight, thank you so much for 30 months of subs as well. She's an odd lady. Yeah, she is. Time to start chat donos for treats. Maybe. Poor doggo. Yeah, she's just old, and like she can't hear anything at the minute. Like I'm trying to be a little bit quieter than normal while I stream, but I don't think it would really make a difference. So I'm just taking my shoes off because it's much more comfortable to stream without shoes on. But yeah, she's a cutie and she's a sweetie, and she slept pretty much all day up against me on the sofa because I watched a couple of movies today. So yeah. Wondered if the Pangaea mini extras would be sold as pre-configured kits, or will you still be able to choose the configs? We'll probably sell them as pre-configured kits. The reason why we do that is because when we're QCing all of the parts that are left over from the group buy, it's easier for us to assemble and safer for us to assemble them and create kits based on common compositions. If we don't, then when we sell them, it will take us a couple of days to then take your order and find the time to actually pick it and pack it and assemble it. And it's much more efficient for us to do that in advance and then sell the kits. And the vast majority of customers seem to prefer that. So yeah, that's probably how we'll do it, but it really does depend on how the kits come packaged and all of that kind of stuff, and we've yet to receive them. So yeah, we'll see how that is, but we'll let you know in advance how that's going to be. So we'll put up an announcement saying Pangaea mini extras will be next week, and they'll be kitted or they'll be individual parts that you can buy. So tempted to get the train up to get one, but it's a 4.5-hour train ride. Yeah, I mean, it may be that we even still have them available for the open day. Who knows? Who knows? I'm really hoping to get the config that Alex Soto's got to build a few months ago. I haven't seen that particular video of Alex Soto's, I don't think, or if I have, I don't remember it. But it really depends on what parts we have extra as well, and what parts pass quality control, because if there's parts that don't pass quality control, they won't be included, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of work that goes into it, because we can't just order unlimited parts, and I think there were that many configurations available that there is no guarantee we will have all of the config. I mean, I think there was something like 1,000 different versions of the board if you picked all the different options. So there's no way we'd have all of them because there isn't thousands made. But yeah, we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. Okay, let's start with some PT news then. So we're not far away now. Yesterday, oh gosh, I just got rid of all my screen. Yesterday marked 3 weeks until the start. 3 weeks until the start of our open day. So our open day here at PTHQ is on the 8th of November. You'll be able to come along. You'll be able to get some free coffee. You'll be able to pick up some keyboard stuff. There's a big box of freebies as well that people can delve in and take a free item out. We're going to try and raise some money for charity as well on the day with having like a little raffle. A few people have already donated things to give away. I think GMK is sending us some stuff, and I've ordered some custom PT keycaps. I don't have any to hand like I usually do. I've moved them, but the little PT keycaps that we usually do, we've ordered some custom ones of those, which are going to be quite cool, or I hope they are. When we get them, and we're just going to have a really good day. SPC guys, I think this week I'm going to start to tackle what we're doing in the evening. We did a bit of a vote for that the other week, so you guys know that you voted to spend the evening here at PTHQ, and we'll figure out what that's going to entail, but like takeaways and stuff like that will be good. Cherry Waves, all of our updates are on our Notion page. You can find everything that's on there. If we don't have an update on there, we probably don't have one, but you can check that, and those will tell you if there are any updates or not. If there's nothing on there, we probably don't have an update. If there is something on there, we will have an update. How can we in the USA donate to your cause? So the cause is going to be for the one that we usually do, which is Macmillan Cancer Support. Here in the UK, there's a charity called Macmillan, and they, amongst other things, but they have like an end of life respite centre, which is not too far away from here, which is where my mum spent her final hours and days, and they were just so good that I try and support them whenever we can. When we put up the announcements for the actual day and things like that, we will probably have a couple of items that we want to raffle off to everybody, so that you'll be able to donate through a Just Giving page, and anyone who leaves their name on the Just Giving page will automatically be put into the raffle. So you'll be able to donate from overseas for that. So yeah, watch out for that link. That will happen. There might even be a QR code and some other things that we can do too, and there already is a QR code in the workshop stuck on the wall where people can scan it and donate to charity. And whatever you guys donate, I match personally as well. So if you guys donate £5, I put £5 of my own money in. If you guys put £500 in, I'll put £500 of my own money in. So yeah, whatever you guys raise, I will match personally, up to, I think, whatever's in my current account at the time, which will be a couple of grand, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, Bartowski, thank you so much for 34 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate that, dude. Good evening, Storsless and Gemma as well. Thank you very much for being here. So that's the big thing that's happening at PTHQ. We've got most of the workshop ready. We need to move 3 of the cars out of the workshop the day before, but the rest of the workshop is pretty much there now. There's just a couple of tarpaulins to hide stuff around, some tables to sit out, which will take 10 minutes. There's maybe an hour's worth of work to get the workshop ready now for you guys attending. There is a lot of other work that needs to be done. So we're going to have goodie bags for, I think, the first 50 or 60 people that turn up. We've sold more tickets than that now, so we will run out of goodie bags at some point. But there'll still be the freebies box that you can delve around in and have a look. But we'll have like 50 or so goodie bags. They'll be very similar to the last one, so if you came to one last time, you might not need to get another one. But there will be PT keycaps and stuff. There'll be switch testers out, so you can test switches. There's going to be a whole raft of tables where you can bring your own keyboard along and display that, and we'll get little tags out as well where you can write down all of the stuff about your keyboard, and people can try it, or you can try other people's keyboards, which would be great. I think I need to order a couple more tables for that because I've only bought a few dozen at the minute, so I need to order some more tables. Yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping it's a dry day, but I have been speaking with a local company for a gazebo outside if we do need it. Alvi, if you're still watching, it's the one we used for MK UK nearly 2 years ago now. How is that nearly 2 years ago? And yeah, I've also been speaking to the last location that we did a UK meetup with MK UK, which was Galleria in Leeds, which was summer of last year, summer 2024, and I'm hoping to do a big event there in the spring, but it really depends on pricing. It also depends on how successful this meetup is at the PTHQ. So yeah, lots of things to happen. Take lots of pictures. I think we're going to try and stream it, but I do have someone who I've asked to take a lot of pictures as well, and I'll try and remember to take as many pictures too. And if anyone, we'll have like an open Google folder where anyone can upload pictures to it as well. I think we'll do something like that. I'm also trying to make sure that a few of the things are ready for the day. So we will have some, I'm going to try and lift my couch down if someone can give me a hand with it. So we have like a couple of seating options as well. So we already have like like a couple of wingback chairs and a couple of comfy chairs, and there's a couple of benches dotted around, and I'll try and put a sofa down there. So if people do need to sit down, there's options to sit down as well. But I'm hoping it'll be a bit more of a mingling kind of chatty kind of idea. And if it is nice outside, we can go and spend some time outside, have a cup of coffee. I have a volunteer already for the coffee to make the coffee for the day, so we'll be training a barista in the morning, hopefully. Yeah, it should be really, really good. I'm really looking forward to it. We can share what we do. We might have some cool secret stuff that you guys haven't seen before there as well, if it all arrives on time. We've got some other designers sending over some stuff as well. So we've got Clever's sending over an Enso E prototype that we're going to have here. There'll be a TGR Mia, which has only just come out and is very, very limited. And there'll be all sorts of other things as well. So it's going to be really, really cool. But yeah, we might even try and do a live stream as well. So when we did the last one, we did have a camera looking down over the area. It was a bit of a janky setup because I only did it the morning of the event, but I think I can do something similar a little bit better with a bit more time. So if I have a chance to plan that out, which I should do, then there might even be like a live stream over probably Discord rather than Twitch. But yeah, we'll probably try and live stream it too. Should you all bring emergency chairs? Yeah, you could bring those chairs that you kind of like strap to your shorts, so as you crouch down, they automatically swing the legs out. Yeah, you could wear some of those, Gemma. But no, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. There should be seating options, and there's benches and things. The other thing as well is I'm building myself, because I wanted one for ages, an arcade cabinet that has like all the games on it. So I built a PC. If you watch Instagram, I built another computer to power it about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I've assembled the actual. So I designed the whole thing, had it sent off for manufacturing in MDF, like a melamine covered MDF. They've manufactured it for me because I don't have a router here that's big enough to do it. They've sent all the panels to me. I've assembled it now, so it's all there. The next thing I'm waiting for is the artwork design, because I've commissioned someone to create the artwork design for the whole thing, the whole cabinet. And it's a seated cabinet because I'm getting old. I didn't want an upright one particularly. This is very much a seated cabinet, but there's artwork for both sides. There's artwork for the front. There's artwork for the control panel to come, and then we're going to kind of laser etch into the plexiglass cover. And we're going to have things light up. Then there's a whole wiring to do of the joysticks and controllers and everything. So there's a lot of work, but I'm hoping that will be ready for the open day as well, so people can have a quick go on that and have a game on it. And we'll try and set up like a typing, the typing of the dead or whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of the game, but we can have like a bit of a typing competition, see who can do the most words per minute. There's also going to be, I think it was Quanta that suggested that there's also going to be a light box where you can put your keyboard inside, and there'll be a camera set up like a Sony Alpha A6400 or something, like DSLR camera, where you'll be able to take photographs of your board, and then we'll upload the raw files later on. But you'll be able to stage your keyboard in there, and we'll have like some mounts that you can put your keyboards on, some stands, and then some like props and things. We'll have like a big box of props, and you can put those in there with your keyboard and take some pictures of your keyboard if you'd like. We'll try and have someone manning that so that they can help you guys use it as well. But I thought that might be quite fun, and then we'll just take all of the raw files and we'll upload them all into a Google Drive, so you can go find your keyboard and then edit the raw files and do whatever you want to it. But I thought that'd be a really, really cool kind of little thing as well. Will the Pangea Minis be in the next shipment? If you check on our updates, Casey, you'll see everything in the updates. It should tell you on those. If we don't have an update on there, keep looking at it and there will be more on it at some point. Time to bring my keyboard covered in paint. Cool. Yeah, like we're just gonna have like a little booth set up so you can take some pictures. It's not huge, it's just more of like a product photography booth, but I've had it for like 4 years and used it twice, so you get all the doll type shots. Yeah, I mean, we can do like a little floating thing. Like I've got like a little disc that's got a rubber thing on it and a slight angle that you can put products on. So we can put that in there, or we can have a keyboard stand, or you can put your keyboard flat. We'll have some bits of colored card as well, so you can kind of like put things on the inside of the booth, take your photo, and then let the next person have a go. So yeah, it should be nice and fun. Can we add the CC, by the way? What's the CC, Bazooko? What do you mean by the CC? Another fun typing game is Epistory. I haven't heard of that one. Let me look that up, Vrugdush. Let me look that up. Epistory. Let's have a look. Oh, the Typing Chronicles. Okay, so I do know this game. Yeah, okay, it's a Steam one. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably have a couple of games like that maybe set up or something. Like there'll be a couple of opportunities for us to have like a screen hour or something and typing options. Oh, closed captions. Yes. There you go. That should now be working. Apologies, I forgot to put the closed captions on. But there you go. You should have the closed captions now. Good evening, Mr. Collane. Anyone got an ice light or something similar for the photo booth so we can get some colour in there? I'll have some coloured card, I think, that we can put in there, and some coloured sheets. I don't have an ice light, but it is like a fully lit thing itself, so we can figure out what that does. I think it's D65 standard for the lighting in it, from memory. But yeah, like if you've got anything like that, Mr. Collane, that you would like to bring, you're more than welcome to. The only other thing I would say is if you are coming along, bring like a nice warm jumper, because the workshop can get cold and it's going to be November. So we're in West Yorkshire, which is pretty far north, so it might be quite cold. So dress warmly is what I would say. And if you do get cold, come and get your free coffee, and after you've had your free coffee, you can buy another one. We're also going to have like a little board, because we are going to, so this is only something I thought of today, but I have like a whiteboard on wheels, and we're going to put that up next to the coffee station where you can place your coffee orders with what we have available. So it will have like a bit of a chart so you can determine what type of coffee you want, like in a real coffee shop. Because it kind of is a real coffee shop in the workshop these days. But just because we'll have like limited quantities of like soy milk and oat milk and things like that, so we can just say what's available and we can mark it as a red cross or something when it's unavailable, so you guys know. So we're going to put that up as well. There's going to be like a little till system that Mel and Sharon are going to run, so you can go and buy things on the day. We're going to have a little bit of a place where you can pick up orders. So if you've ordered with your ticket the day before and got the discounts, you can pick up on the day and things like that as well. We will have Roll for Caffeine there, so you can play. I have stopped recording Roll for Caffeine because we just weren't getting any traction on it, and it was painful, some of the coffees we had to drink. But if you really want to play Roll for Caffeine, I will leave the gear out. You can play it, and then you can hand your ticket over to Mr. Collane, who is going to man our barista section, and he will make the drink for you. And a bucket to pee in. We have a toilet here at the workshop. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. The PT hoodies are great at keeping you warm. Yes, you can buy a PT hoodie. We'll have some on the day. The stock is dwindling though, because although we don't sell a lot, we do sell the occasional one. And we do have the older Sherpa style hoodies, which are actually really super warm. They're kind of like fleece lined on the inside. They're like a zip up hoodie. I know a few people have had those. Alex has got one, Anarchy, and a few others as well, which are really cool. Am I going to have to make someone a watermelon syrup latte? Maybe. If they ask for that, or if they roll for that, Mr. Collane, maybe you will have to. Can we make a rule about no number twos in the bathroom? I mean, that was the day after, but yeah, like we'll leave some air freshener in there. That's the best I can say. If you need to go number two, go to the Carvery. I will have a chat with the pub next door and make sure that if we do need an overflow, people can go use the toilet in there. And of course, if anyone wants an alcoholic beverage, they can go get it from the pub next door as well. Yes, I'll be wearing my hoodie. Yeah, nice. I think I need to. I've got two. I've got a black one that's fleece lined and a grey one that's fleece lined. The grey ones were really limited edition. I think only about 4 people have the grey ones. I need to see if we've got any more of those, because my old ones, like I know you're probably not noticeable on stream, but I've actually lost like a load of weight in the past year, and I haven't worn these kind of like fleecy hoodies since last winter. So I've probably not worn them since like January time. And I did put it on the other day and it just hangs off me. So I need to see if we've got any that are the size smaller. Those were the large ones, I think, and now it just hangs off me. So I need to see if I can find like a medium one or something like that still around. We'll see. But yeah. Cool. And then on the send the shit to the pub. maybe. Hey, they're equipped for it, right? And then on the evening, SPC, that's Twitch subs, you guys that have bought an SPC ticket, you guys will be able to come back after like a little break, after you've nipped to your hotels and freshened up or whatever. You'll be able to come back and we're going to order some takeaway, play some games and have some cool conversations and things like that here inside the PT workshop. We'll shut the doors, we'll try and get a little bit warmer in, and there will be a couple of spot heaters dotted around if people do need to warm up as well. So yeah, so we're gonna have a really fun night on the evening as well. Be plenty of alcohol involved. Yeah, so I'm just going to basically bring my alcohol collection down and let you guys go ham on it. I have plenty of Bundaberg. I bought another bottle of the coffee one after you sent us some last time, because it was really, really good. So I bought another bottle not so long back, and I've had like maybe half inch out of the top. There'll be a few bottles of whiskey here. There'll be gin, there'll be tonic, there'll be mixers and stuff like that as well. I'm going to do a big trip a few days before with Mel to Costco, so yeah, all that will happen, and then we'll order from like 2 or 3 different takeaways and we'll have it all delivered to the workshop, which will be great. So yeah, the evening will be really good fun. I think I'm going to try and look at like a few different like group activities and breakout things and stuff, so yeah, it'd be nice. Maybe we could build a few keyboards if people are interested in that and all that kind of stuff. There will be discounts on goods on the day. Yes, we will have a discount for anyone attending. I don't know what it'll be yet. I need to have a chat with my accountant on that, but there will be a discount on the day for people who attend. I'll take the I'm driving drink. Dude, like taxis to the hotel. You can walk to the hotel if you want to stay at the local hotel on the evening after the SPC stuff. Got an itchy head. So yeah, so you'll be able to have a drink and then get a taxi or walk to the hotel. I'll be walking home, so look, I've got like a 2.5 mile walk home, so I will be walking home after the event. And then we might do a breakfast on the Sunday morning. If anyone's still hanging around, stayed overnight, wants to come for breakfast, I'll put some bacon sandwiches on the Sunday morning. You guys can come and have a bacon sandwich, chill out, have a coffee before you make your journeys home as well. We'll do that too. Jay, if there are boards arriving in the next few weeks, can we ask for them to not get shipped and pick up on the day and build in the evening, or is that just too much of a pain in the ass? No, we can do that. Absolutely do that. I don't think the next container will arrive before the open day. It's currently scheduled. The boat's at sea. It's currently scheduled to hit port, which is, you know, a long time before it gets to us, on the 4th of November. It's usually about 2 weeks after it hit port when it actually gets to us here at the workshop, because it takes like a couple of days to get the container off the ship, get it through customs, get it all devanned and take all the pallets off of it, have all of those checked and signed and approved and get through bonded warehouses. And then it's got to get on the back of a lorry, which gets then sent to a national distribution centre. Then from the national distribution centre it comes to a distribution centre near us, and then it goes from there out to us. So it takes like 10 days, 2 weeks for that to happen. So unless the ship is early, which they never are, I don't think the next shipment will arrive. But I think there will be a couple of things arriving soon. So one that I know for sure I think we're going to have to airship over is Oblique, and I think we're probably going to have to airship Theseus over as well. So they might arrive before. It just really depends. But yes, if there's something that you think might arrive, and I can add a note to your order, Mr. Klein, if you drop an email and we can just say, I'll put a note on there saying, if this arrives prior to open day, put on hold. And if it arrives after the open day, I'll just ship out to you normally. We can absolutely do that. I'm driving home too. Boo. Oh, I'm sorry, Gemma. I have to make sure I am off next time. Jehovah, I still think you should just do a sickie and come in anyway. Theseus build this together even. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Unfortunately, I no longer have a Theseus. I had to send mine back, but it was a cool board. Excited for my obliques? Yeah. We actually had someone come to the workshop yesterday. No, Friday, and tried out the oblique, and then ended up buying one on the pre-order because he was enthralled with it, which was pretty cool. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's everything on PT news. We talked about the next shipment. There is something coming from GMK. I'm not sure what it is because they haven't actually told me, but I think there's something else shipping from GMK. We should probably do the whole shill thing because I'm terrible at it, and you all tell me that I should do it more, but I don't. So let's see if we can do the whole shill thing just for a minute. This is going to work. There we go. Right, okay, let's have a look at what's in stock that I need to tell you about. Oh, you'll see some things are going to come up that we've restocked because they've been in stock for a while, and then it looks like we've sold out of them, and then we've actually found some more on the shelf. So you will see some things popping into stock that are actually quite old as we create new product listings for them. So just watch out for that. But flare keycaps went in stock the other day. I do have a set of this at the side of me if anyone wants to see it, but it is... Wait, what's happened to the website? Oh, there it is. This is super bright in real life. It's absolutely ridiculously bright in real life. It washes the camera out, but take a look at that if you're interested. We've also got polished keycaps in stock. I do have a personal set of these that we're going to put on a board. These are so super shiny. These are really cool. I don't know why everyone's sleeping on these and not buying them, because they're double shot white and black polished keycaps. They're super, super cool and really unique and feel amazing. They feel really vintage to type on, even though they're brand new. Take a look at that as well. SW Wild, this has quite possibly the biggest base kit value for money ever. This is 59 quid, £60 including VAT. If you're not in the UK, it's 49 quid plus your import duties if you pay import duties, or if not, you get all of this in the base kit. That includes UK ISO in both of the layouts, so you have like light alphas and dark alphas. You can almost kit 2 boards out with the whole thing. In fact, you probably can quite easily, because there's all of these novelties included. 3 sets of novelties, 3 sets of space bars, there's split bars for Alice layouts, there's split bars in the light color as well, there's 2 numpads. You can easily, actually, the more I think about it, you can easily kit out 2 keyboards with this, and it's 60 quid. I do not know how Swag Keys managed to produce this so cheap. It's a massive base kit and it's really cheap, and you know what, it looks stunning as well. Look how good it looks. Look how good it looks. Look at this. This is so cool. Such a cool set. Do I sell diodes? No, we don't sell diodes, but I have like thousands of them if you ever need any. You can, if you come to the open day, I can just hand you a box and you can pick through what you want. GMK costs 120. GMK is a lot more expensive, but the SW keycaps, they're double shot. They're a mix of PBT and ABS, but it's kind of crazy just how many keys are in that set. Also, Goblin mode is in stock as well. This is really cool if you're into Dungeons and Dragons. Really cute set. It even looks good on the green polycarb there, which is really nice. Really cool set. Yeah, let's have a look at the open group buys. DCS Pink Alert. If you like pink, which I know all of the SBC members do, this is Pink Alert. It does have legends on the caps. They are very light. There's sadly, I'm trying to do a deal with Melissa where anyone who buys will get the UK ISO keys, but I can't guarantee it just yet. I'm hoping to be able to confirm that very soon. But yeah, it's DCS. What to say? My favorite group buy at the minute. Oh, this is a toss actually, because it's 2 favorite group buys. The first one of these I really love is the Santa Luma key set. So this is based on La Sagrada Familia, which is the ever unfinished cathedral in Barcelona in Spain, and it's based across the stained glass windows that are in there. There's one side that's all greens and yellows and blues, and there's another side that's all reds and oranges. And this is one of the desk mats. How cool is this desk mat? Look how cool that looks. This is the other side. There's a couple more desk mats as well that look like the stained glass windows in the actual church itself. But look how cool these sets are. These are super cool. Slightly translucent keys, crisp white legends, double shot. Look at that. Look how cool they look. Really cool. Again, they're pretty cheap for what you get for the coverage. Really good. Worthwhile looking at. And then the daddy is back. GMK Windbreaker is finally happening. We're the lead vendor on this as well, and we've sold next to none compared to all the other vendors. So I don't think as a project I'll break even on it, but hopefully all of the other vendors will make good on it. But yeah, Windbreaker is back, and it's in GMK, and it's going to look absolutely stunning. I'm really excited to get my hands on a set of this in real life. I'm so excited for this. So yeah. What else do I need to tell you about? Let's look at pre-orders. Is there anything else I need to tell you on pre-orders? Neo ATCU is back up. I think all of the range of Neo is back up actually, yeah. So this is batch 9 for October and November. So you can order all of the Neo products and QK products again for batch 9. We've almost sold out of Gurikawa pre-orders. If you were thinking of getting this, I think we're into single figures of base kits left, so please don't wait around on it. Pick it up if you want to. N16 keycaps are also in pre-order as well. Now, these are actually just in manufacturing too, so they should ship, I think, either just before or just after Christmas. It's not too far away for them to be produced. So yeah, okay, that's it. Shilling done. Oh, and if you want coffee, go buy some coffee from Jay's Roastery. It's the best. It's the best. Right, okay. Shilling, I think, done. Let's catch up with chat. Two of the colorways I couldn't decide between, so I went for two different configs. Oh, is this for the oblique Average Joe? Figured I would sell the one that I didn't prefer, but that probably won't happen. I'm desperate. Goblin mode is so good. I have it on my pink dimple. Oh, share some pictures. I don't think I've seen it, Telvin, but that sounds really good. The green on the pink sounds really good. I have SW Wild and use it on two different keyboards at the same time. It def has enough for both. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm pretty certain, like, looking at the kitting, it's just massive. I do have a set. I do have a set, and it's just like every tray in here is just full of keys, and it's a really beautiful keycap set as well. Like, there's like, it's just lovely. Like, look at all these keys. There's just keys after key after key after key. Like, you could kit out any keyboard. Novelties in beautiful, rich colors, double shot. You know, who doesn't want like a skull on a keycap, right? Definitely worth checking out. I need to pick up Windbreaker and Kaiju. Yeah, both are really good. The Dark Windbreaker is really good. That was pretty good pronunciation. Thanks, man. I am terrible at pronouncing things in Spanish, so I'll take that. Thank you. I bought both sets of Santa Luna and each round of the round death mats and Kaiju Dark this week. Klein is the last of the big spenders. Group buys the next few months have been amazing. Yeah. Dig the idea, but translucent is kind of not for me. It's because the stained glass windows are translucent, so it kind of fits the theme. That's why they've done it that way, Niku. Next. Yeah. Oh, the NXT layout on the ETAR 87. Yeah. Go buy it. Go buy it. The picture showing Santa Luma used as accent keys is worth checking out. Sold me on it. Yeah, so they're on the Discord. Clay, if you could just post a link to them in like keyboard chat or something. But there's Manu and Lortizark have taken a lot of pictures using the sample keys as just accents in between like beige and grey sets and all sorts of other key sets, just as like accents dotted through, and they look really, really good. I'm very excited for Gurikawa. Me too. Gorp is in pre-order too. Yeah. US coffee link. If you want to order coffee to the US, just drop me an email, Sean, and say, I want to buy this coffee, and then I will arrange that for you. We have to be slightly careful on the US export rules for coffee, but I can absolutely do it for you. Just drop me an email. 8 out of 10 Shill. Didn't show any switches or PT hoodies. Yeah, we got a complaint a couple of weeks ago for talking about switches on stream, so I'm trying to be good. The PT hoodies, I might take the PT hoodies down for sale. So this was one of the things we talked about earlier on, and I might take them off sale so that people who come on the day actually have plenty of merch to buy, because if people start buying them now, we will probably run out. So I'm thinking I'm going to take them off the website tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to count them all and then put them up for sale on the open day, so people can be nice and warm on the open day. We can all be matching. That'll be cool. I bought the entire set of Windbreaker. Thanks for running it. Any reason why N16 just came out of nowhere? I'm also seeing no US vendor. I don't know if there is a US vendor for it, but the idea is that it was going to be for in-stock stroke pre-order. So, yeah. We have it up for pre-order now. It's already in production. It's happening. Yeah, no group buy needed. I have the Wild 2 Agar, one red, one green. Nice. Have you seen GMK CLYL Phoenix, by the way? New in-stock set, slightly similar to Midnight Rainbow. Could be fun to mix them. Maybe put the Midnight Rainbow numpad on Phoenix for more gradient goodness. I have seen it. I don't know who's running it for the UK, but we did talk to SXM Designs about it in Germany, so I'm not quite sure if we've just been dropped out of the loop or whatever. I'm not sure. It was because we were selling the same switches as someone else. It's just a tiny thing. What do you think about the new TGR Mia by Oblo? Any chance of hosting future runs? Yeah, so I did talk to Oblo about this. I do have one coming. We have got a review unit coming. So we will be building on the stream probably before the open day. I don't know when. I'm going to try and do 2 build streams this week actually, because I want to build my rubber Haku, and I think the Mia should arrive like Tuesday, Wednesday. But it's not. The color I'm getting of the Mia isn't one that's publicly available. So yeah, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to host future runs, but this particular run has been in stock. So Oblow's already paid for them all in advance, and he's already got them, which is why he's selling them. If there is a run in the future, I'm sure we'll be able to offer it. KLC is supposed to be the US vendor for the N16. Hey, if it's cheaper from us, we'll ship worldwide anyway. So I think quite a few people have bought it from the US from us already. I don't want to take sales away from KLC, but, you know, pay your money, take your choice. It's a 910 without the 910. It's a little bit more than that because of there's some cool design elements on the Mia. I do actually have something else TGR related, which I'm going to show you in a second. Is it yours to keep, the Mia? Yeah. I say it's a review unit. I am actually paying for it. But yeah, it's in a exclusive color that's not actually publicly for sale. I don't know of any other public creator builds. I do know that there was 1 or 2 at the Mechanicon meetup last weekend, but I'm not sure of any more details. Are you doing GMK Splash? I believe we are, yes. I don't have access to my sheet to check at the minute, but I'm pretty sure that we are. Mine doesn't match the TGR wallet. No, it's just it's basically a friends and family color that I'm getting. I'm not going to tell you, but it's not one that's for sale. You will see when I get it. It's not like highly customized or anything like that. It's just one that's not publicly for sale, which is really nice of Oblo to offer me it. Quanta, good evening, good sir. Thank you very much for being here. But yeah, you'll see it when it gets here because we'll do an unboxing. We'll probably do a stream this week during the week, maybe on Thursday. If it's here by then, you'll be able to have a look at it, and I'll show you that. Right, I do have a couple of things to unbox. I think I have 2 things to unbox, so we'll do those first, and then we'll crack on with the build stream. So let me finish this coffee actually first because it's really good, and it's like 40 minutes old now, so it's getting a bit cold. I don't know exactly how many tickets have been sold, but I think it's well over 65%. Pompeii and Divina Papaya is running next month or 2. Yes, Pompeii next month, November. Divina Papaya, I think, towards the end of November. I don't know if exactly. We are looking at... So the response to Midnight Rainbow has kind of blown me away. Midnight Rainbow Round 2 has blown me away. And based on conversations with some other vendors, we think it probably has more legs than I think it does. So we're gonna do a group buy for that as well. Like all of the information. I think Bowl's gonna run it for the US. But yeah, Midnight Rainbow is gonna happen. Keeps and Cables are on board. I know I've already spoken to them. So yeah, so there's going to be Midnight Rainbow is going to actually run as well. I don't know dates just yet, but it's going to be this year, and I think we're still going to do a truncated group buy, but yeah, that's going to happen too. So yeah, and yeah, we'll see. Manu, hey man, thank you so much for the sub. 24 months, 2 years, dude. Yeah, wow, 2 years of subs, dude. Thank you so much for that. I was just talking because Manu and I have been talking about Midnight Rainbow. So yeah, that's going to happen really soon as well. I've got some information to send over on Monday about that. Mictlan MT new rumored too. Yeah, basically get your wallets ready because the next couple of months are going to be kind of crazy on the GMK train. 2-year PT birthday. Yeah, it's his 2nd birthday at PT, but it's actually PT's 6th birthday in just 12 days. It's pretty cool. 13 days. What do you want me to show you, Dynamics? What do you've redeemed? Show me. What do you want me to show you? Oh, is it confirmed? Is it confirmed? Cool. I didn't know it'd been confirmed publicly. Yeah. Wonder if we can get Dave from Cool Keys to do a Midnight Rainbow R2 custom theme cable. Yeah, I can send him some of the original keys as well if he wants to color match. Give us your best blue steel. Hold on. Let me remind myself how blue steel looks. Let me have a look. Wait. That's not what I wanted. I'm glad I wasn't showing that on the stream. Okay, so it's something like I can't suck in my cheeks enough. It's something. There you go. That's about the best you're gonna get. That was not what I googled, JQ. For those of you who don't know, Blue Steel is Ben Stiller's model pose in what's the name of the film now? I forgot. I know the name of the look and I know the name of the actor. I've forgotten the name of the film. What's the name of the film? Zoolander. There you go. Zoolander. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, JQ. Thank you. Screenshot. You can share that. It's fine. You can Twitch clip it, whatever. That's the face people make at the Carver Bogs. Yeah. The board sounds so good. It does. It does. It can be yours, Mr. Reed, for just a small princely sum of $1 million. If you would like it, you can buy it off me for I don't know. I'm trying to buy a house, so like $5 grand. Sound good? Yeah. Right. Let's do a couple of unboxings because I've got a couple of things I want to show you. First off, this arrived Thursday, Friday. Here's the details. I think that works. There you go. That's the details, Mochief. This arrived on Thursday. I'm trying to buy a house, JQ. I need money. It's not a shirt. Comes with some cool stuff though. So let's take a look. Comes with a TGR poker chip, which is pretty cool. Suction cup. Authenticity card. Plate, PCB, daughter board, and feet. And in here we have, this is a TGR Tris. Nice little cute numpad, which will just sit on my desk. This is a stainless steel one. It's almost identical in colour to the JJW board. So yeah, pretty cool. So we'll be building this on some point on stream at some point because I do want to use this as on my desk as a daily driver. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It is really hefty. Do you want me to weigh it? Because it's really chunky. Like it's stupidly heavy for its size. Like let me grab the scales. I swear I don't deal drugs. I just have scales on my desk. So in grams, it's 645 grams, which for those of you in freedom units, it's 1.7 pounds. 1.7 pounds. So yeah. Trish seems more interesting than Mia. It depends on your viewpoint, I guess. Mia's a pretty cool board. Pretty hunk of metal for sure. It is. Wait, without that white pad with the scales. Show the bottom again. Oh. Okay. Less than half what I'd hoped for. Dude, like you'd struggle to get anything heavier. This is stainless steel and brass. So in the same footprint, like unless you filled it, you're gonna struggle to get anything heavier. But here is the bottom. The Tris has been around for about 7 or 8 years now, I think. But this is just the latest round of them. It's a plate, yeah. So it's I believe it's just pressure fit. I don't think it's screwed on. I think it's just pressure fit and magnets. So I think you can actually push it off if you needed to. I wonder if the suction cup will be strong enough to pull it off. Actually, let's give it a try. I mean, it's ultimately what the suction cup's for. I mean, it's a weight, but yeah. They're just throwing screws everywhere as well. Yeah, I know that the breast is magnetized on because there's some small dust particles that become magnetized to the to what you can see on the inside of the case where the dust particles are magnetized. They're slightly magnetic. Okay, come on. Come on, Jay, what are you doing? Get that hole. Let's see if we can lift this off. There we go. You can see that the door board goes in there. It's a pretty cool thing. Chunk. That's a very kind way of saying no, David.
Incredible.
Watching F1 in and typing is hard to do. Just picked up GMK Violet Alert. Think it'd be cute on a sand gold. Alice, you. Oh, Telvin, that's a great combination. What a great choice. Cool. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The other thing I wanted to show you is we finally got around to going through a couple of extra bits of protozoa stuff. So, I will be building this on stream at some point. It's going to go in the build queue, and there will be some units of this coming to in stock. This is all stuff that we inherited from protozoa when we absorbed them. The bottom line is we didn't know about these boards until we found them just the other day. Excuse me. So yeah. This is something we're going to build on stream at some point, and there will be a small number of units for sale. So you'll see a nice big piece of cork, and some screws, and some foams, and some plates, and some PCBs and stuff. And there's some badges in there as well. And then this particular one is an Ultim top with a hammerite finished, powder coated case, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it is the foundation. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the Ultim top piece. I think it just magnetizes on just like so. Yeah, it's a pretty cool board. So we're going to build this at some point. I don't know when. There'll be a very small number of units in varying colours. I think there is one other Ultim one. I've kept the scuffed one. It's got some scratches in it. There is one other Ultim one, and then some other colours. And you'll basically buy a case like that, and then you'll buy a top plate to go on it, or multiple if you want. But I think we've finally got them to a position where we can actually sell them now. It took a lot of assembling, so yeah. Those are coming soon. Wait for GMK Highlight. Nice. This is Prussian Blue, yes. Prussian Blue is in stock right now. You can pick it up at the website. If you order it today, it'll ship tomorrow. Right, okay, let's get on with the customer's build then, because I've still got holes in my desk mat from when I was assembling the Longman a couple of weeks ago. Right, so these are for the customer. I need to include them. They're from another product, but I need to include them. He did buy 2 sets of switches, but we're going to use the oranges today. And we're also going to use night stabilizers. And today, we are building this, which is the Void65. I don't have GMK Norse to hand to be able to show you the difference, but it's slightly different in terms of colour. If you go onto the Geek Hack thread, there is some combinations of it. Love the XT Ronin FRL TKL. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe a gradient, maybe just select some cool options. Just trashing the chat here. DM me, just making dinner, back in a bit. Oh, he's ready. Take care. So yeah, so this is the board we're going to build today, and this is going to be built in ISO layout. Do you have a Terrazzo top foundation in that PAL, Jay? I'd like to grab one. If so, we do. We actually have a couple of different versions of Triceratops. The foundation is like it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be like this week when we put them in stock, but it's just kind of like we've been going through it finally and working out how to assemble them and compounding everything into like at least some kits that you can buy some parts for, or like a base kit for, effectively, of the keyboard. So yeah, it's just taken us a while to get to it. Like, we didn't even know we had them. They were in boxes that were labeled as parts that we assumed we didn't need, and then we actually happened to open them while we were getting rid of a lot of other stuff, and we did have them. So yeah. Frustratingly, we got rid of a lot of empty foundation packing boxes just a couple of weeks ago. But such is life, and yeah, it's just the way it is. Okay, let's take a look at the keyboard we're building today. Would we have online store discounts for PC anniversary? To be confirmed. We'll definitely have it for attendees. I don't know if we're going to do it for online customers or not yet. There is a screwdriver tool. We're not going to use that today because I have my own screwdrivers. If we can, we will, but I need to have a very, very firm chat with my accountant before I decide what discounts we're going to do. This is the carbon fiber plate, which we're going to build with the board today. So we're just going to open this up. And you'll see this has got the lovely carbon fiber weave to it, which is really nice. Hey man from Arizona, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're building a Void65 today. The Void65 is in stock as well, so you can pick one up if you are interested in picking one up. And don't forget, if you want to attend our open day, you can come and join our open day on the 8th of November. But yeah, discounts. I mean, if you want a discount on something today on the stream, just ask and I'll see if I can give you a discount on something. Perhaps not if it's something that's new, but if I can offer you a discount, I will. Right, I've moved my tools out of the way and now I need them. Okay. We'll need a cloth in a minute for stabilizers. We'll need our lube for stabilizers. We'll need our solder for soldering, and we'll need that. And we'll need our iron as well. Right, cool. And now we're going to need flush cutters. I do need pliers because we have to strip off the edge of the PCB in a second. In terms of the board itself, we'll take it out of the case and then we can move the case away. There we go. So this is the board we'll be building today. It is the stainless steel, copper and polycarbonate version of the keyboard, 65%, and it is absolutely beautiful. So I'll open that up properly in a few minutes time. Right, okay, first job then. Let's lay out the PCB. Oh, the workshop doggo is now going to, I wonder if she's going to come and say hello. I'm not sure where she's gone. She's walking around. She might come and say hello in a second. We'll see. Let's get the PCB prepped. So we're just going to snap off these two rails, the front and rear edges. So we're just going to hold them with the pliers and bend them until they break. Oh, we have a workshop doggo. Do you want to say hello? Geeks. You gotta come here. Hello. You know, to jump out, you know. You're gonna come up. Oh, here you go. You're gonna say hello. You gonna look up here. What's that? Yeah. You're cute. You're so cute. You are so cute. There's like dog hair floating everywhere now. You are so cute. I like the little paw up here cuddling. You're so cute, aren't you? You're so beautiful. You gonna get down? Yeah. Whoops. Good girl. Best PT staff member. She's a boss. We don't actually know what breed she is, Casey is. She's a rescue dog. She's clearly Yeah, sorry about the dog hairs in your build, Jehovah. I do apologise. She's clearly a terrier of some sort, but we don't know exactly what type of dog she is. We've never done a doggy DNA test, I'm afraid, but she's clearly a terrier of some sort. Purebred cute. Yeah, she is cute. No, they're not sweet. They're not sweet. No. Well, you can lie down, eh? Go back to sleepies, yeah? Good girl. Okay, PCB is now ready. Next job is to lubricate our stabilizers. Understandable, it happens. Yeah. As far as I know, Mochief, they're still in production. I don't know exactly how they're coming along just yet, but our pre-order is still live. They're making enough of them that they haven't actually asked us for numbers yet that we've sold, so we're still just continuing to sell them. Back with dinner supper. What are you eating, David? What are you eating? Right. Whilst we wait for David to tell us what he's eating, I'm just going to make sure that we're building this keyboard right. Let me get up the customers' details right. ISO enter. So we need a stabilizer for ISO enter. So let's put that to ready. Let's get a little screw tray down. It is Prussian blue, yeah. This is Prussian blue, yeah. Jay, point out the cursed layout. Wait, what? Cursed layout looks interesting and really wacky. 8 pairs of stabs on 65%. I don't think I've seen the cursed layout. What's the? Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna sneeze. I've got dust in my nose. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, let me share this. Let me drag it over to the browser that I can share this. So here's the layout options. So you could have a full 2U here. You can have an ISO enter here. You can have a plus key here, the enter key here, and a 0 key here if you wanted to. So you can have like 3 stabbed keys there, and of course you can have a stabilized key over here as well. So I don't know why they've offered that as an option, but that is pretty whack. That is pretty whack. Hey Jay, long time no see. Glad to see you still stream since a lot of keyboards stopped streaming. What are your current favourite switches and what would you recommend? The Gateron, Milky, Yellow Pro, or Oil Kings? From those two, I'd recommend Oil Kings. The Yellow Pros I'm not personally a fan of. I mean, they're fine switches, but just not for me. From the ones that we sell at the minute, my favourites are probably Pumpkins, Gateron X, and the ones we're using today, which are Gateron L'Oranges. So yeah, you can't run on crack layout. Yeah, based. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Right, okay, so we need one stabilizer for ISO enter, and then we need split left shifts. We don't need one there. We need a 7U and full backspace. So we've got the 7U stabilizer, and then non-stepped caps. Okay, so we're not using too many stabilizers here. Is that all we need? ISO enter and 7U? Because we're using arrows. Backspace. 3 stabilizers. I am far from amazing, but thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it. 65% or 75%? This is a 65% keyboard. Yeah, a lot of the people we used to stream with have stopped streaming over the years. I mean, like, I don't even break even doing the streams, like, in terms of the cost to do the streams and the setup and stuff. I do it because I love it, not because it's, like, financially viable, which is what a lot of streamers need it to be. So, yeah. The cursed layout is insane. I agree it is. This isn't food, Cheeky Chops. It's not. The dog's looking at me as if to say, have you got food for me? So we're just going to gently lube the stabilizer wires with BDZ XHT, or XHT BDZ. The legendary ones are the friends we made along the way, right? Okay. I have a workshop doggo at my feet again. She's just down here. Hello. Hey, cheeky. I think she wants to get on my lap again, but I'm not letting her on my lap again, I'm afraid. Sorry, Cheeky Chops. What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing? Oh, what do you want? Do you want cuddles again? Is that what you want? You want cuddles again? Let me finish this. Yeah. Hello. Doggo foot cam. I'm surprised she's literally just here. Look, there she is. There she is. She's resting up against the side of the chair at the minute. She's kind of like on her hind legs. She's just off camera, but only just. She's just supervising, that's all she's doing. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't get any dog hairs in this now. I know what she wants. She wants treats, that's what she wants. The Harrier is shot. Pan the camera down. Let's see if I can pan the camera down for you. There you go. Hey, cheeky. I think she's realised that what I have is not food. And that she can't eat it. She'll be at the open day as well. My wife will bring her down for a little bit because she loves people. Too much gets a little bit much for her, but she'll be here for a little while at least. So if you are into dogs, she'll be able to say hello. At least briefly. Oh, she's licking my foot now. That's my toes, cheeky. Yeah, she visits the workshop quite a lot, so she's quite comfortable here. She actually has a bed up and on the mezzanine where we keep all the stock. She does have a permanent bed up there because when she's here, she likes to go and lay up there. So, because she can kind of see like the whole workshop, so she does have a bed permanently out in the workshop. But as she gets older, she prefers to be on the sofa. Okay, so I'm just now going to put a very, very light thin layer on the slider rails. And then we are done with lubing our stabilizers and we can install them. And I think I'm just going to take a quick break because I'm pretty sure that Workshop Doggo wants to go outside. So I'm just going to finish these and then I'm going to take her for, let her outside for 2 minutes. So we'll take a quick comfort break. And I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes, okay? And then we'll finish off the rest of this customer build. Because I'm pretty sure that's what she wants. Okay. Right, I will be back in 3 or 4 minutes, guys. I'm going to put up the starting soon screen. Think of some questions to ask while I'm gone. We'll give a prize to whoever asks the best question whilst I'm gone. So ask a load of questions, and then while I'm assembling the board, I'll answer the questions, and whoever asks the best question, you will get a prize. I'll ship you a prize. It'll probably be a desk mat, but I'll send you a prize. So yeah, Hello. She's literally coming on my lap now. I'm gonna take her outside very quickly for a little walk, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys. See you soon. Best question wins a prize. Okay, I am back, and oh, it's cold outside. She's back curled up on the couch, but I'm not sure how long she'll stay there. She might be getting a little bit restless. She might be ready to go home. We'll see. Okay. So, next job now we've looped the stabilizers is to install them. So we're just gonna flip these over, grab a screwdriver. I have too much stuff on my desk. Try to move things around. Right. Okay, let's see if you guys asked any good questions whilst I was gone. Right. My dog acts like a baby. Never known a dog to use their paws so much. Gigi's not really a pawy dog. She doesn't really like paw at anyone. Usually only if she wants attention. But she's quite a solitary dog. She likes her own space, so she's not always like. Sometimes she'll just walk away. You'll want to go, but you'll want to stroke her, and she'll be like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling this right now," and she'll just walk away, and that's cool. Or sometimes if there's like a lot of people at our house, she'll just go and find a quiet corner under one of the beds or something like that to hide away. But she does like people. And usually if we're having people around, or if we go around to like friends or family's house for Christmas and things, she'll spend like an hour just greeting everyone, and then all of a sudden she'll just decide she's had enough and she'll go tuck herself away. She's very, very cute like that. What is the most challenging part of a keyboard build? Often the most challenging part is deciding what switches or what keycaps to put on the board once you've built it. The actual assembly process and soldering, once you've got the skills down, is pretty easy. There's not much difficult about it. Kind of like, if you can solder any through-hole component, you can build a keyboard. And if it's hot swap, you don't even need to be able to solder. And everything is kind of like a learnable skill in keyboards. There's nothing that's really particularly difficult about assembling a keyboard, even if you do have to solder. Once you've learned how to do it, it becomes a bit of a doddle. If you could create a hybrid animal pet, what would I mix? I'd mix a parrot and a dog, so the dog could actually talk to me and tell me what it wanted. That'd be quite cool. Right, let's figure out where the ISO stabilizer slots are for this. Wait, does this even... Yeah, it does. Okay. I had to look at that for a second before I could figure out where the slots were. If you start building in 2025, which keyboard would I start with? I personally would wait for the JL1s because they're not too far away, the JL3s, but I've got to shield my own product, right? What is the country demographic of your customers? I'm curious since I usually buy from USA vendors. We sell a lot to the USA. A little bit less since tariffs became a thing because people are worried, but no customers have really experienced any tariffs on our orders yet. So I'd say around, if you asked me a year ago, I'd say 30% of our business went to the US. I think at the minute it's around 20%, maybe 15%. Another similar amount to EU customers, and then the vast majority of the rest is UK. But there's also a smattering of South African customers, Australian customers, Japanese customers, China, Indonesia, the Philippines. We've even sent a board to Antarctica. We're very, we do ship worldwide. We probably send, and do you know what? In fact, maybe overall it's about 50% of our orders don't stay in the UK and they go externally. Maybe it's as high as that. I'd have to double check some numbers, but it could be that high. Neo 65 is in stock. It is, yeah. We do have the Neo 65 in stock. Right, okay. Next job is, now we've assembled and lubed everything, is to pop the switches into the build. And we are using the Gateron and Orange switches, which are really, really nice linears. If you could erase one common human instinct, what would you choose and why? Oh, I mean, that feels like a monkey's paw type question. Like, it feels like there's going to be bad repercussions, whatever I pick for that, right? But I would probably pick something like, it's difficult, right? because I think overall, as human beings, we're often too competitive with each other, and we're trying to one-up one another all the time. And I think that can be a really bad trait. But like, you take that away, and you lose that competitive edge and streak, and it kind of ruins all sports and sporting events, and innovation and things. So it's a difficult one to answer. Is that I would probably. One common human instinct. See, then you start thinking about things like paedophilia and things like that, but you know that's not common, so it's outside the scope of your question. I really don't know the answer to this. The one I would pick is the instinct to overeat. That's the one I would pick. I think people could be far healthier, and it's something that I've learned if people didn't overeat. So let's go for that. The instinct to overeat. Because when food wasn't as abundant, we used to eat everything we could. Let's get rid of that instinct. That's probably the best choice I can have right now. Okay, so just working through the shift row here, popping switches in to make sure we can use the arrow keys correctly. And also have that nice shift key in this position. We're going to just come down and do the rest of the bottom row here. And then we'll start working way up the keyboard. What keyboard are you most sad you don't have in your collection? Could be one you've sold or one you've never picked up. Why? There's been a few that I've sold that I wish I hadn't. I had an Alice, a pink Alice. Back when they first came out in like 2016, 2017, whenever it was. And I built the board with original OG Nixies. And then I think I built it in 2017. I had the board for about a year, maybe 18 months. And I absolutely adored that board. I'd done like infill on the TGR logo to make it white. And yeah, I genuinely just loved that board. And then in 2019, I was starting to think about setting up a prototypist, and at the time there was a couple of other vendors that were about to, or what you would know now as other vendors who were talking about similar sorts of things, setting up businesses to do more in keyboard world, and I wanted to go to a meetup in Seattle to have a chat with some people who were setting up at the same time as me. So people like Upas setting up Canon keys and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, my mum had died just a couple of weeks before, so Prototypist didn't launch in the spring like it was supposed to. It ended up launching in the November, just because I lost like 6 months of willpower after my mum passed away. But between her passing away and then PT launching, this meetup still happened, and I needed to be able to pay for the flights. My wife wasn't particularly happy about it. She didn't see necessarily the opportunity I saw in setting up a keyboard business, and she thought it was a bad idea. So she said, well, if you want to go, you're gonna have to sell some of your keyboards because you're not spending any of your savings on it. I was like, that's fair. And I sold my Alice to a UK artisan maker called Glove. And bearing in mind that this is when Alice's were at their peak, and at this time Nixie switches cost around $5 or $6 a piece, maybe even more, maybe up to $10 a piece. And I sold him the whole board with the switches for just the cost of the flight, which was 900 quid. So he got an absolute bargain. And yeah, I wish that we did have a clause that he had to offer me first refusal when he wanted to sell it, and then when he wanted to sell it, I was in a position where I just couldn't afford to buy it back on a personal level, because I've had no income for a long time, and you know, wife wants me to prioritize buying a house and things. So yeah, so it just didn't happen at that point in life, and he sold the board on to someone else. So yeah, that's probably the one board that I wish I still had if I could have it. Should robots look like humans or robots? Sorry, not where sure this came from. Too much pepper in the soup. I'm seeing things. I think that they should be a humanoid but not look like humans. So if you've ever seen the movie Finch or something like that, I think That's a great way of doing it. I don't think robots should look human-like or lifelike. For example, the TV show Humans, where the robots actually, you couldn't distinguish them from humans. I think that's probably not the right way to go. But that's just my personal preference. So I think they should be humanoid and bipedal, but they probably should look like robots. I've seen your Instagram stories about updates and projects. They're probably quite overwhelming. I'm wondering, how do you balance work and life and keep going a healthy mindset that keeps you going? I don't have a work-life balance. My life is the work that I do. And often my hobbies and work bleed into each other and become kind of like a mismatch. But that does keep me going. That's kind of like what keeps me thriving. I am a workaholic by nature, and I need constant stimulation, and I'm lucky enough that I'm able to push that together and to be the same thing. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Okay, just need to figure out where I'm putting these switches to make sure that everything's correct. 1.5, 1.5. And then 1U, so that should be there. Cool. All looks good. Yeah, so my work-life balance is terrible. I am not a role model for having a good work-life balance. I'm terrible at separating the two. All my hobbies and all my personal stuff I keep at the workshop, so I don't have any personal stuff at home apart from my clothes, really, and the odd little bit here and there. Almost everything that's mine is here in this office, like all my hobby stuff, all my gizmos and gadgets and toys and PCs and video games. Like if I'm playing a video game, I come to the workshop to play video games. I don't play them at home because I don't have anything at home to do that. It's literally, for me, home is where I spend time with my wife watching TV and eating and sleeping, and that's kind of about it. The rest of my life is either out in the hills hiking, or it's here at the workshop, or it's working on one of the cars and being out in the cars. That's kind of it. But I don't have a good work-life balance. Everything is work in some form or shape or other. I mean, it depends on how you define work, right? Because if work is an endeavor to generate income, then I don't work. That's the bottom line. If work is an endeavor to utilize your time in a meaningful way, then yeah, I do work. It depends on how you define it, but yeah. If you had a theme song, what would it be? Postman Pat and his black and white cat. I don't know. I genuinely don't know the answer to that, Jehovah. Someone asked me a while back what I would have if I was a wrestler and I had as like my walking in music. I genuinely don't know. Probably something alternative, maybe something old by Nirvana or something like that. I don't know. For someone more budget conscious that loves keyboards, what's your thoughts on AliExpress boards, and would you ever recommend one? We get samples from AliExpress companies all the time. There are very, very few that I would actually recommend, and I think there is such. It depends on what you mean by budget. If you mean $50 and under, then you're not going to be buying anything that's particularly good. It'll be fine and it'll do the job, but it's not a great keyboard. If you double that budget and you get to around the $100, $110, $120, you're starting to look at the Neo 65s, the Neo 65 cores, that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden you are literally multiples of worlds apart. Like the difference between that and something like a $40 Aula board is just so insane that you wouldn't believe that there's that much of a difference between the price points. So for me, budget is kind of like around the Neo price point. Anything under $50 or $75 is probably not going to be any good in my personal opinion. I think you are better off saving another $50 and then buying something like a Neo 65 or something like that, because that's kind of like where real custom keyboards start becoming exponentially great value. Above about $300, you're just basically paying for limited editions effectively, because there becomes massive economies of scale. Like the Neo boards are so cheap because there's so many of them produced. There's 10,000 produced every month of each Neo 65 or Neo 60 or Neo 75 or whatever. Whereas, for example, if you're buying a JO1 where they're going to be $400 or $500 a piece, we're making 100 in total, and that's it. So there's only ever going to be like 100 units. And with fewer units comes greater cost because you don't have those economies of scale. So for budget, it depends on where you're really at. The AliExpress boards tend to be, a lot of them are the same keyboard, just rebadged and rebranded as well, which is, I don't agree with that practice, but a lot of them will be the same keyboard and they'll just have an Eula or a whatever sticker on a Leoborg sticker or something like that. And they're fine as typing implements, but they're not good quality custom keyboards. In fact, in my opinion, they're not custom keyboards, they're just another retail product. Custom keyboards need to be something that you can assemble and tune and configure yourself rather than just something you plug in. So yeah, that's where I'd kind of like draw the line. What is your minimum viable whiskey to drink? Say some drinking as the special white on the king. Do you know what? I don't buy cheap whiskey. I don't drink much whiskey at all these days anymore. I've kind of like stopped drinking an awful lot over the past few years. There's a lot of whiskies I don't like, and there's a lot of whiskies I do like. I think if I had to pick the cheapest one that I would buy, it's not going to be a cheap one. It's going to be something like a Bruichladdich or something like that. Maybe a Glenmorangie occasionally. Ideally, I'm going to be buying like a Glenlivet or something like that. Yeah. So I don't know about minimum viable whiskies. I like nice stuff too much. My dog greets people when they show up, goes sit in a bed for about 5-10 minutes, and then starts greeting again like they've just shown up again. Gigi does not do that. Have you ever heard a horny fox? I have heard fox noises all my life because where I grew up, we lived onto the back of woods. Where I live now, we live on the back of a golf course, and I hear foxes very, very commonly. And they are very loud, and they sound like a screaming child. Like a child screaming for help and assistance. So yeah, I hear them a lot. Anyone else expecting Jay to say cat and human? That's probably SPC. Why cat and human? I'm not a particularly big, like, I don't dislike cats, but I don't want a cat as a pet. I think a parrot and a dog would be a better combination. You could have a dog that was like Iago from Aladdin. That'd be cool. Super Hands, thank you so much for the 20-month subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate you. You sent a board to Antarctica? Yeah. What was the shipping cost for it? I can't remember what the shipping cost was for it. It was not cheap, but it was someone who was on one of the research stations out there, and they asked if it was possible, and we had a chat with DHL. This is a few years ago now. It's probably 2020 or 2021. We had a chat with DHL, and they were like, oh yeah, we can do that. We have supply helicopters going out every 6 weeks or whatever it was, and yeah, they managed to deliver it for us to the research base in Antarctica. Yeah. If I was stuck down there for 6 months at a time, I'd want a nice keyboard. Absolutely. Switching things up a little bit today. I'm just starting with the home row. I don't usually do it like this, but hey, why not? When in Rome. Possible hot topic, but what are your thoughts on some vendors, keyboard and not keyboard related, offering to cover the cost of import duty for customers when every other customer for years has been told that's your problem? Okay, so my thoughts on so this is a big thing, JQ. Like it's not particularly a hot topic, but it's something that's worthwhile discussing. Let's take another example before we talk about US. Let's take Brexit. Pre-Brexit, when I sold products to customers in EU, we had to charge them UK VAT. That was the rules. We charged them UK VAT. We paid that to the VAT man, the tax man, and then they would not pay any import duties. After Brexit, we didn't charge them VAT, and they would get import duties. And one of the things we turned on very, very quickly back in 2020 when this happened was the ability for us to charge tax at checkout through IOSS, which is kind of like a standard for us to be able to charge customers the taxes at checkout, ship it to them, and they don't get any import fees. And we've been doing that for 4 years or whatever now. With the US, it's a little bit different. The tariffs are very, very encumbersome, and it's a new process that no one in the US as a consumer is used to. And because the US makes up such a big part of so many sales, because they're the most capitalistic culture out there by nature, that's where a lot of companies sell to as products. It's almost impossible to not try and come up with a solution that helps them. Like, we are looking at a DDP solution for US customers right now, where we will charge the costs at checkout. Royal Mail actually do this, but not for the size packages that we need, unfortunately. But we're working with both DHL and UPS to enable this, because there's such a large part of our revenue that we can't afford to not ship to the US, and we don't want to put US customers out. I think what you're referring to here is that why don't other vendors outside of the UK offer to do this for UK customers? And the reason is because UK customers are not particularly consumeristic, and they don't make up such a huge amount of sales that it makes it worthwhile for these worldwide vendors to actually implement these policies and processes. So the rules in the UK, if you want to ship into the UK with duties and taxes paid, mean a few things, like you have to have a rep that lives within the UK to be able to answer any UK-based issues or queries. And a lot of the vendors don't want to pay for that. With the US stuff on tariffs, we don't have to do that. What we have to do is provide a duties delivery paid service. So it's quite different in terms of the level of how far you actually have to go to support the customers in those areas. So I get your frustrations with it. I understand it, but it's very different in practice than it is to talk about hypotheticals. Because the UK government makes you put so many rules on it. Like, you would have to pay, instead of just paying the import duties to the courier, which we do with the DDP, you would have to set up a VAT reference here. And if, like, say I was a US vendor trying to ship to the UK and I wanted to do it all duties and taxes paid, we would have to set up a VAT registration here in the UK. We would have to charge that correctly, or work with a company that has that. So, for example, Novelkeys work with Zonos, who have that registration already set up, and they do it for them, and they pay a fee for it. And effectively, you would then have to have a person in the UK that could act as your representative to support you in those kind of things. So it becomes quite onerous very, very quickly. And if you're only doing, 10 grand a month into the UK, and that's 5% of your sales, it's probably not worthwhile employing a member of staff over here to handle that kind of volume. So it becomes an economics game at that point, and it's just easier to only sell things over the VAT limit. And that's how it's supposed to work by nature, right? Because the UK government has these VAT rules on imports there to encourage you to shop at UK vendors. That's the whole point of them. The rules are there to encourage you to shop at UK companies, to buy products designed, manufactured, and sold by UK companies. That's literally the point of the VAT, as well as driving revenue. So, yeah, it's a very nuanced argument that if we didn't give a viewpoint to all sides, could become very one-sided very, very quickly. But I hope that helps me explain it. Wonder how much it costs to ship something to Antarctica since it's no man's land. I can't remember. It wasn't cheap. Probably needs more than a first class stamp. Yeah. If coffee was illegal, what do you think the black market would look like? I don't know, but I'd be involved in it. I would absolutely be involved in it. I imagine it'd look something like Prohibition in the US in the 1920s and 30s, where there would be hidden speakeasies for coffee drinkers, because so many people love coffee. I think that underground coffee shops would absolutely become a thing. Like, underground gin houses were a thing in London in the early 1900s, and Prohibition speakeasies were a thing. I think that would absolutely become a thing. The oranges on carbon fiber is just amazing. Good shout. Yeah, it is. These are great switches. Probably my favourites after the Get On Ours now. Nice. Agree. Once you hit $100, it's another world. Yeah, like shipping to the US and DDP stuff and size and weights, and you know, it become like, and the courier services aren't ready for it as well, because it all becomes about HS codes, and what we sell has so many different HS codes, and oh my god, it's a whole minefield. But effectively, most customers right now who order to the US are paying duties and taxes at checkout, and then we pay the tariffs for them on import if there are any. And the customers who choose not to do that, they're still not getting any tariffs anyway. So it's not even been applied correctly yet. Yeah, and of course we have to declare the place where the parts were manufactured, whether it was China or Germany or the UK or wherever. And whether we've meaningfully changed it, or whether it's a standard product and that's just how it comes, or whatever. There's a whole minefield of stuff there when it comes to selling the kind of varied stock that we do. A friend loved the sound, feel, and layout of the Kahaku. They're willing to spend £300 to £400 total cost. What keyboard would I recommend them? Maybe something like the Void65. I think they're going to struggle to get a Kahaku in that kind of price range. The JO2 sound great if they can find a JO2 on the aftermarket. In fact, we still have some bare bones kits left actually, which are significantly cheaper than that. Yeah, an original Canoe if you can find one. Those sounded great. Depends on what they want. If they just want a really good sounding 65% though, the Neo 65 CU is a great choice. Can't wait for the Type R restock. Yeah, as soon as the container arrives in November, will it be in stock. Old Pulteney is nice, reasonable price as well. I haven't tried that, but I'm more than willing to. Have you tried Bushmills or Yamazaki? I do have a Yamazaki here in the office actually. It'll be there on the open day. Foxes are creepy, like humans screaming. Yeah. Who do I think will take the Drivers' Championship? I think Piastri's going to do it, but only just. I think Max will come second and Lando will be third. And bear in mind, I haven't seen today's race, so I don't know. That might all change with that. Can you imagine if they didn't answer the door to receive it? You have to wait another 6 weeks for a redelivery. Mr. J, as part of the foundation stockpile from PZ, are there updated PCBs? I'll still get one, but the old PCBs had an over 50% failure rate on hot swap PCBs. As far as I know, we only have solder PCBs, but I haven't been through the numbers that Mel curated yet, so I genuinely don't know. What I will say now that you've raised that though is that I'll make sure I personally test every PCB before we pack it up and ship them out. No, this is a Void65 that we're building today. It's not a Blue Ridge. We will be building a Blue Ridge at some point soon because I do have a personal unit that we'll be building. But we're still waiting for some of the friction tabs, and Clever told me today that the 2U wires for the 2U keys need replacing as well. So they're going to be sent out to us very, very soon. I think we'll be holding the orders until we ship those out, and then we'll have extras as well very soon after that too. That looked like I'd not soldered a switch, but I have. Okay, I think that's all of the soldering done. Let's quickly blast through, see if there's any more comments that we need to talk about in chat. Aaron 10, Glenn Cadam. Oh gosh, you've got loads. Yeah, you guys are clearly more advanced into your whiskies than I am. In the EU, FAF is protecting consumer rights, and the US consumers don't have rights, and it's about satisfying the orange man. Yeah, so in the EU, we have to do things like apply by EU rules, so things have to be fit for purpose, they have to be CE registered. We don't have to do any of that for the US. It's really expensive. Like the cost of doing business in the UK and the EU is significantly higher than it is for US vendors. So if a US vendor makes $10 a product, we probably only make $5 a product in terms of profit at the end. We probably make about half of what the profit of the US vendors is, because the cost of doing business is so much higher, and we try and keep the prices the same as the US vendors. If animals wore clothes, which animal would look the most awkward? I'm thinking whale in jeans. I'm thinking a giraffe in a shirt. Like, would it have a really long neck, or would the shirt be around its body, or would the shirt be like up around its neck? I think a giraffe in a shirt with a tie, that'd be interesting. I get it, I don't envy it on the vendor side. Just sucks being treated as second-class customers half the times, and why I've blacklisted a few vendors from personal purchases. I get it, it's fair. It's just, yeah, it's difficult. Couldn't cope without coffee. I literally don't function in the morning without it. Welcome to caffeine dependency, my friend. JO2 is the best thing I've ever spent that much money on. Oh, dude, thank you, man. Gonna have so many orders of 200 switches for the Type Rs. Nice. Second bestest egg after Adam. I'm like way down the list. What's my favorite 65% keyboard and why? I don't think I could pick one. You can ask me that every day of the week, Frankie, and I'd give you a different answer. You know, I like technically the Keymax is a 65%, maybe. I love that. I've got some really cool 65s that, you know, my GAF 910, I absolutely adore that. It's a really cool board. You know, I've got drawers full of keyboards, and you know, like these drawers are just full of keyboards. There's like an OTD cheat there. There's the original Lodestone prototype. What else have we got? Where's 65s? I think there's some 65s in here as well. Yeah, there's just tons and tons of. Yeah, the Loki 65 was really nice. There's just tons of boards all over the place. So yeah, it's like, yeah. A difference in product is something I think US-based designers struggle to understand. Yeah, I think so. In profit, sorry? Yeah. Clayton's coffee addiction is next level. You haven't seen mine, really. Which hurts more, stepping on a Lego or stubbing your toe? Depends on what you're stubbing your toe on. I guess stepping on a Lego is probably consistently more painful, but if you're stubbing your toe on certain things, that can be more painful. I still laugh at how confused the staff in that barista school cafe were. Wait, what? Hey Jay, any chance you could get your hands on the Cloud9 V2? I'm looking to buy, but I'm not sure what plate to go for. So we were actually going to be the UK vendor for this. I'm not quite sure what's happened, because I was speaking to Rabbit about it maybe 6 months ago. He sent a presentation over. We agreed to some terms, and then it kind of fell down, and maybe it's on me for not chasing it. I'll reach out to him and see what we can do. No guarantees, but I'll reach out and see what we can do. Ordered a V60, a shot of espresso, maybe something else. Nice. That was GMK Symbiote on one of the boards in there, yeah. Stepping on a Type G plug is worse than a Lego brick. Yeah. Any news on the J01 FE? Not yet. Hopefully soon, Rue. It's all just depending on money. Any idea where I can buy the Neo 65? Yeah, you can buy it right here on Prototypist website. You can go to our website. You can click on, if you go to our website, prototypist.net, you can hover over open pre-orders and click on it here, or you can click on the pre-order QK Neo Batch 9 and you can find it in this list. Which one is it you want? The Neo 65. All you need to do then is filter by keyboard size, tick on 65%, and the Neo 65 is here. There's also the QK65 V2. There's the Neo 65 CU, which is probably what I would recommend over the 65. If you want something that's in stock, we also have some in stock ones. So if you come to in stock keyboards and then you filter again by size and tick 65%, you'll see that we have got, oh, do we not have them in stock anymore? Maybe we have sold out actually. Maybe we have sold out the 65s. Let's untick that and let's see if we can. Oh no, Neo 65, we've just not tagged it correctly. Neo 65 in stock. There's 2 kits left. There's kit 1, kit 2. Oh, there's loads of kits. There's kit 3 and kit 4. There you go. So there's loads of different colors here. These are in stock, ready to ship right now. So yeah, have a look. There's the Neo 60 Core as well if you're interested in that. There's the Allura 65. which is not quite what you asked for, but yeah, tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. 10 out of 10 show. Nice, thanks. 2 in stock. It depends on what you have to select the kit, because the different kits will show you what's in stock. It doesn't just show the whole thing that's in stock. Each kit will show a different stock number. So there might be 2, there might be 5, it might be 1. It really depends. It really depends. Right, okay. So we have soldered the PCB. Next job comes assembling the case. Yeah, if I show you that again, so if we go back to the Neo 65 kits, yeah, so it says 2 units in stock here for kit 1, but if I change to kit 2, kit 2 has 2 units, kit 3, just 1 unit left, you see, so it's the stock quantity for each one, but it'll only show that here if there's less than 5, I think. It'll only show a number if there's less than 5, so yeah. Right, okay, so next job now, we've soldered everything. It's looking really nice and tidy. There's a little bit of solder spatter that I'll clean up, but before we ship the board out, it's looking really nice. All soldered well. The next job is to put it inside the case. So let's get rid of our soldering mat. And the first thing we need to do is open up the case. I'm just going to gently open this up. Gym case symbiote on a heavy purple and copper Neo 60 Core Plus. That would be nice. I've got a Neo 60 or 65 in the header, just to the side here. It's a 65. We built it a couple of weeks ago. This is our Halloween themed build with GMK Fright Club on it. Super, super nice. Super tasty. Beautiful keyboard. Really, really nice. Purple's great. And the key set's in stock as well if you want to get your spooky on for Halloween. Key set is available in stock right now. Okay, so we have some gaskets here for the board. And we also have some screws. I think we might need to grab the case. Oh no, the feet are pre-installed. So all looking good there. So we can take the case apart. And to do that, I think we need to take the weight out. Oh, do we? No, we don't need to take the case apart, actually. I think we can leave the case together as it is. Because we can just... Oh, no, we do need to take it apart. Okay. I was wrong. I thought we might be able to just use the gasket option. Oh, God, that's a stiff screw. Three sets of Fright Night left. Go, go, go. Nice. It is spooky time, so buy the spooky sets, right? Okay, so now we've taken that apart, we can just tip these screws out gently. And we're just going to pop these in here for now. And you can see the big copper base plate has now come loose. And we can lift that and pop that just there for a second. Wait, how does the case go together then? Oh, the feet come off, right, I see. There we go. Take the feet off. You can tell I've not built one of these before. That's pretty cool. And I haven't read the build guide either. There we go. Take the feet off. Cool. Now we can undo the screws from this. Yeah, I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Working night shift on Halloween, planning to wear a mask around site and scare the crap out of some people. Nice. I think Halloween's on a Friday this year. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's on a Friday. to remember which order these screws go in, but I think we'll be okay. There's a piece left out now. Oops, I was not expecting it to drop out. Okay, 2 more screws, 4 more screws. Cool, we are making some progress. Now it should come apart. There we go. Move the top case out of sight just for a second. Just gonna pop it there. Okay. Put this over. Knock our screws out. Okay. Then we can put the weight back in. I don't think we actually needed to take this weight out. I think we could have left that weight in place. Aside the Snake 80 incidents with US customers, have you ever had some slightly funny customs cases? Yeah, we get issues with customs all the time. Just the nature of shipping internationally, to be honest with you. Sometimes it's simple stuff. So we quite often get things like people not answering when the courier delivers and it goes to a neighbour's house, and then we have to figure out which neighbour's house it's gone to and stuff like that. Sometimes it's that people don't follow the tracking, and then they'll message us like 6 months later and say, hey, this never actually delivered, what's going on? And it's like, what do we do now? Don't know. So yeah, it really depends. But we do get some issues, never anything major, and we can usually sort everything out as well. So okay, so in terms of the build here, I don't know if Jehovah said how he wanted us to do it. Did you want this top mount, or how do you want us to build this, Jehovah? I can't see that you said. Let's do it as top mount. I think it's going to sound better as top mount. So I'll just move that to one side. We'll get the top case back in. We'll pop the plate and PCB into the top case, and we'll use the top mount screws. What plate would I recommend for the Neo 65? It depends on what sort of sound you want, really. If you want something clacky, you want to go for something a little bit firmer. If you want something more thocky, go for something a little bit softer. It really depends on what you want. What typing experience are you looking for, dude? Because that will determine what I would recommend. So just putting the top mount screws in here. Making sure the plate's all nice and comfortably aligned into the case. Don't forget, guys, if you want to pick up a Void65, these are in stock as well. There's a couple left. I wouldn't be doing my shilling duties if I didn't mention that. You like thocky, poppy, Poppy and Thocky are opposite ends of the scale. Thocky's kind of like a deep thock. Poppy's kind of like almost like a clack. So it depends on what you want. It really does. If you want thock, yeah, PC or POM. If you want clack, carbon fiber or aluminium is usually my recommendation. Okay, all top mounted up, looking good, nice and even. We have one spare screw, we'll put that to one side, and now we can start to reassemble the case. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to connect the JST, and then once that's connected, we're going to put the top and the bottom half of the case together. I know I appreciate I'm doing this out of sight underneath, but it's because the JST cable is quite short. I know you want to go in, Mr. JST. Why will you not go in? Come on, light up. There we go. Then we're going to put the top case and bottom case back together. Making sure we try and line everything up nicely. We have got a little bow in the case here. I'm not quite sure what's causing that. Let's see if we can figure that out. I want to tighten these down if it's going to cause a problem in the case, so we're just going to have a look at that. I'm going to try and take the screws fully out, make sure we can get the case to click together properly first. Can't see anything that should interfere. Okay, I think I've discovered it. I think we have an issue with the plate mounting. Is that looking better? That looks better. I think the plate was just slightly proud of the case. So we've now got that lined up a little bit better. Hopefully we'll get this JST cable in a little bit easier this time. There we go. Does look much better this time. What caps are going on this? I haven't decided yet. I'll give you guys some options you guys can pick. I'm not sure what keycaps the customer is going to put on here when he receives it back, but it will be something from my collection just today. good progress now. Remember, when you're screwing into polycarbonate as well, you don't want to go too tight with the screws. You just want to kind of like go finger tight, and then just a little twist more, but not a full twist, like maybe a eighth of a turn. Okay, then we can put the Toblerone weight back in place, and I'm going to have to give that a polish before it goes back to the customer because it's quite fingerprint heavy. There we go. This will be the home of flare. Okay, well we can put flare on then for you. As I do have that just literally at the side of me, so I can put flare on this for you today. And there we go, last screw. Cool. Let's pop the feet back in. That's the board built and assembled, and it's looking pretty smart. Beautiful, beautiful piece of copper on the base. Right, let's get GMK flare on this. Just put all of the customer's bits to one side so I don't lose them. And this is a super bright key set. Like the camera does not do these justice. Like it is super bright. This is GMK flare. That is the authenticity card. Let's get the keycaps on, and then we'll give the PCB a test after that. Color wild. Flare is super bright. It is properly highlighter orange. Like the camera does not do it justice. It does look really good with the PC, yeah. It's going to be a really nice clacky build. Imagine mixing it with high vis. I have high vis at the side of me as well. If you would like, we could do the home row as high vis. Should we do that? As far as I know, we are the only vendor with stock still available at AMAN. So whatever we have, as far as I know, is what's available. Home row is high vis. Gotcha. I got you, dude. I got you, dude. Oh, I just realized as well, you asked for full caps lock. I've sold it steps caps lock. I will fix that before I ship the board to you, Jehovah. I will fix that. But I have soldered it wrong. I apologize. But it's easily fixed. Don't worry. I'm gonna use the black enter key just because we're gonna use a different color home row, and then it saves us having the orange over both. I'm just gonna use that. Let's do page up, page down, and where's FN? There it is. And then we need to do Are the batteries rechargeable for the keycaps? Yeah, solar powered. Okay, I think the shift key is going to be here. 70 spacebar is there. Okay, then we should do the home row as high vis, so let's do that. No, we don't need any modifiers apart from caps lock. So it would have been that one if we'd got the right one, but I didn't. So we need to look for the step caps lock. We can get rid of all the large keys. We don't need anything. I am going to put a key up here as well for it in high vis, just because we can. We just need stepped caps. Where are they? Stepped caps, where have you gone? Oh, there's the artisan there as well. In fact, maybe we'll put the artisan up there. Pop the high vis artisan just up there, because why not? Trying to find step caps lock. There it is. Okay, right. Now we just need home row keys. Well, that's one of them. Where's that going to go? Hold on, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We have a workshop doggo at the side of me again. She might appear on stream in a second. She's just here. Let's get rid of what we don't need. Just try and make it a little bit easier to. Make it a little bit easier to try and find the keys that we do need. That's A. There's S. Wrong J. Keys. Do I not have the keys I need? Right. Okay. We need a G. How can I not find a G? We need the barred F. sorry, J, H, J. Right, we need the letter G now is all I'm looking for, and then the 2 that go here. I can't remember what it is in this key set actually. It's going to be a pipe, and then we should just have. There it is. Okay, so just need the G now. There it is. Cool. So G, both G and J in there. G and a capital. Thanks, man. Because you're a man, we're not know if you need to find the G. Wow. Do you use scoops F and J keys? Personally, I tend to use scoops. Yeah, this board's built with scoops over here, but the bards were just the first I saw for this, so that's what I went with. But there we go. This is flare and high vis on a Void65, and it is super bright. Like it's luminous. Look. If I tilt the board down, look, you can see that it lights the desk back up because it is luminous. Like there's almost like an orange tint. Can you see there's like an orange tint here? That's kind of crazy. Stupidly bright. Gotta love the high vis row across the middle there. It might have been better with the Numrose high vis actually, but you know, I do love the little high vis logo as well. It is really bright. Should we see how it sounds? Let's pause the music and see how it sounds. I'm hoping it sounds good. As far as I know, Eamon, it's only here at PT that we've got the Void65 in stock. Oh yeah, that sounds really good. God, this sounds good. That's such a good keyboard. Look how beautiful it is. Polycarbonate and high vis and flare. Stupidly nice. Sounds so good. So good. Let's just actually make sure everything works. Let's grab switch hitter. And just make sure it actually works, because if not, I'll need to do some testing for the customer if it needs flashing or something. Oh, no ping from the machine. Okay, so we need to do some troubleshooting tomorrow before we ship this back to Jehovah, but yeah, we'll figure that out. I'm confident we'll get it working. Wait, does that keyboard work? Oh yeah, there was no ping from that keyboard either. But no, I did connect the JST. I did connect it. But yeah, we'll have a look at it. So the orange keys are GMK Flare, which is in stock right now. The yellow keys are GMK High Vis. This is from GMK Flare as well. Flare is so good. Sounds great. Law Orange was 100% the right pick. Yeah, absolutely. I'll figure out why it's not actually connecting to the PC shortly. I'll do that tomorrow. But I suspect it's either the JST isn't connected to this side of the daughter board because we didn't check that, or it just needs flashing, which I'll check. I use switch hitter to test. I'm pretty sure I did plug the JST back in, but there's a small chance that I didn't. I'll go back through the stream and check, but it'll only take 10 minutes to take it apart and figure this out. Like, I'm sure we can get that fixed up before we ship it to the customer. Okay. Right. It is 10:15. I'm aware that I've got Workshop Doggo here, so I am going to end the stream now, and I'm going to get myself back off home take her for a quick walk, and then get some sleep. Actually, I need to watch the F1. Catch up on the F1 and then get some sleep, and then I'll be at the workshop nice and bright and early in the morning. If you need anything in the meantime, guys, please do come and join us on the Discord, or drop me a message on Instagram or an email or anything like that. Go and buy something from the store. I'll be forever appreciative if you do buy something from us. Thank you very much for that. I will give Doggo a pat from everyone, so thank you very much for watching. But I just want to get home because it's late and she's tired, and she was pestering me a minute ago, which means she wants to go outside or she wants to go home. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Void65. I hope that you're going to go and buy a Void65 if we have any left. And yeah, I'll get this out to Jehovah in the next couple of days. I'll figure out what's going on with the JST cable. I'm sure it just needs flashing. I think these just need flashing out of the box from memory, and I do need to desolder and resolder the capsule key, but that'll take 10 minutes. Cool. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you again really, really soon. Take care. I love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.